Fact or Fiction Files, Episode 2. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fact or Fiction Files, the channel where I tell you 3 wild stories. But two are fact and 1 is fiction. So before we get into today's stories, let's talk about the last episode. Last time I told you about the locked group chat, the bride who sent the wrong address, and the roommate's cousin. And the story that was actually fiction was Story B, the bride who sent the wrong address. A lot of y'all were guessing A, some of y'all were sure it was C, but nope. Story B was the fake one. Now let's see if you can do better this time, because these next 3 are messy. Listen closely, because once again, 2 are real and 1 is fake. Story A, the funeral envelope. A woman lost her grandmother, and the whole family gathered for the funeral. Everybody was emotional because the grandmother had always been the one keeping the family together. She remembered birthdays, sent random cards in the mail, and had a habit of slipping money into people's hands when they were struggling. At the repast after the funeral, one of the aunts stood up and said their grandmother had left behind small envelopes for a few family members. The envelopes had names written on them in her handwriting. When the granddaughter got hers, she thought it would be a note or maybe a little keepsake. But when she opened it, she found a folded letter with only 1 sentence inside. Ask your mother what happened in 2004. That was it. No explanation, no signature, just that sentence. She felt sick instantly because her grandmother wasn't the kind of woman to play games, especially not after death. She put the note in her purse and tried to act normal, but all night she couldn't stop staring at her mother, wondering what that message meant. Later that evening, she finally asked her. At first, her mother acted confused and said she didn't know what she was talking about. But when the granddaughter showed her the letter, her mother's face changed immediately. She sat down and started crying. Back in 2004, the granddaughter's mother had gotten pregnant during a brief separation from her husband. The entire family had been told the timing overlapped enough that nobody questioned it. But the grandmother had apparently known the truth the entire time. The man who raised her might not actually be her biological father. The granddaughter felt like the floor disappeared underneath her. Her whole identity suddenly felt unstable. She confronted the man who raised her, expecting rage, but he just looked tired. He admitted he had always suspected the dates didn't add up. He said he made peace with it years ago because, in his words, "I'm the one who stayed." What made it worse was that 2 other cousins later admitted they received envelopes too, and each one exposed a secret somebody in the family had been hiding for years. Their grandmother had basically told the truth from beyond the grave. Story B, the neighbor's camera. A man moved into a quiet neighborhood and quickly noticed the older woman next door always seemed to know his business. If he ordered food, she'd mention it. If somebody visited, she'd bring it up casually. If he came home late, she'd ask if everything was okay. At first, he thought she was just nosy. Then one day, he had a friend stay over, and the next morning, the neighbor made a weird comment about how his guest looked upset when she left around 1:15. That exact time bothered him because there was no way she could have known it unless she had been watching. So he checked around his property. At the edge of the fence, hidden behind a fake plant, he found a tiny outdoor camera pointed directly toward his side yard and driveway. It wasn't one of his. It was wired through an extension cord running along the bottom of the fence and straight into the neighbor's garage. He called the police. When officers questioned her, the neighbor claimed the camera was there for security reasons because she had gotten nervous after hearing about break-ins in another neighborhood. But the footage they pulled showed hours and hours of recordings focused almost entirely on him, his visitors, and his schedule. The man was furious and wanted to press every charge he could. But then the situation got even weirder. The neighbor's adult daughter showed up and admitted she had warned her mother months earlier to stop obsessing over the new tenant. Apparently, the woman had become convinced he was secretly connected to her ex-husband's affair partner because his last name sounded familiar. She had been recording him, trying to catch some connection that didn't even exist. In the end, he got a restraining order and the camera was removed. But after that, every time he pulled into his driveway, he still felt like somebody was watching him. Story C. The new job, welcome gift. A woman started a new office job and on her first day found a gift bag sitting on her desk. Inside was a notebook, a fancy pen, a candle, and a card that said, "Welcome to the team. We're so happy you're here." She thought it was sweet. Her manager smiled and said everybody got one, and it was part of the company culture to make new hires feel comfortable. The office seemed friendly, people were talkative, and for the first couple of weeks, everything felt perfect. Then one afternoon, she accidentally walked into the break room while two coworkers were whispering. The second they saw her, they went silent. After that, little weird things started happening. People would stop talking when she walked by. Her manager became colder. Her login credentials suddenly stopped working twice in 1 week, even though IT said nothing was wrong with her account. Then she overheard someone say, "She still doesn't know why she's really here." That sentence kept replaying in her mind. A few days later, a woman from HR asked her to come to a meeting. She assumed it was routine paperwork. But when she got there, HR looked uncomfortable and told her there had been an issue during the hiring process. Apparently, she had not actually been the original choice for the position. The person they really wanted had accepted the offer, then changed her mind after a salary disagreement. The manager, embarrassed and under pressure, hired the second choice candidate, her, but spent weeks treating her like a placeholder instead of a real team member. The welcome gift bag? It had originally been prepared for the first candidate. They had just swapped out the name card and left everything else the same. The woman sat there stunned, realizing the warm welcome had never really been for her. She left that meeting, packed up quietly at the end of the week, and found another job a month later. But before she left, she opened the notebook from the welcome bag and noticed something she had missed on the inside cover. The original candidate's initials were still embossed in gold. So now you've heard all three stories. Story A, the grandmother's funeral envelopes that exposed secrets after her death. Story B, the neighbor with the hidden camera who believed the new tenant was connected to an old betrayal. Story C, the new employee who found out her warm office welcome had actually been meant for somebody else. Now it's your turn. Which two do you think are fact, and which one do you think is fiction? Do you think the fake story is A, B, or C's? Drop your guess in the comments and come back for the reveal. Head down to the comments and tell me, which stories do you think were real? Which one do you think was fake, and why? I want to see your guesses, your theories, and what details stood out to you the most. Let's talk about it in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos, because I'll be back with new stories every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'll see you in the next one.